all animals have special adaptations or tools that help them survive their environments. Whether it is hibernating in winter, having webbed feet, or an extra long neck, all of these adaptations are necessary for survival. Birds, for example, have developed over time different shapes and sizes of beaks that are most effective and efficient for eating particular foods. We are going to look at 3 different bird species and discover why having a unique beak is so important.
Evening grosbeak.
These brightly colored songbirds tend to live in large, noisy flocks. They have a hierarchical or ranked social structure that influences how these birds interact with one another. We always enjoy watching these interactions at the bird feeders when the whole flock comes in. Watch these birds as they feed together. What are they trying to communicate? What really sets these birds apart are their large, thick beaks that allow them to crack tough seeds with ease. They feed on large seeds including ash, maple, and sunflower. They are able to crack the shells to get into seeds that many other birds with smaller beaks would not have access to.
Woodpeckers.
Woodpeckers have long, narrow beaks designed for drilling into wood in search of insects. We have several different types of woodpeckers here, and my favorite is the pileated, who will fly onto this feeder in just a moment. These large birds are always a sight to see with their bright red crest and beautiful markings. When they are not in sight, we often hear them drilling into trees or hear their loud, distant call throughout the forest. This bird's beak is designed for a very specific job, excavating into wood in search of carpenter ants, which make up a majority of their diet. Do you notice a difference in the way they eat compared to the grosbeaks? Their beaks are not made for cracking or eating large seeds, so if we see these birds at the feeders, they only come for the suet, which is animal fat mixed with other tasty fillings like insects and berries.
Hummingbirds.
One of the main food sources for a hummingbird is nectar, which is a sugary liquid produced by plants. A hummingbird's long, curved beak allows them to access this nectar deep inside a flower at the base of its petals. Hummingbirds are able to burn the sugar that they receive from nectar to fuel their rapidly beating wings. These tiny birds have the perfect tool to access this food source, while other beak types would not get the job done. Hummingbirds are also very important pollinators, along with bees and other insects. They bring pollen particles with them from one flower to the next, which allows pollination to occur. Without pollination, plants can't produce seeds or fruits, so hummingbirds with their special beaks have a very important job. You can create pollinator-friendly habitat in your own backyard by doing things like planting or leaving native flowers, avoiding the use of pesticides, and providing homes such as butterfly boxes or bee houses. Thanks to grosbeaks, woodpeckers, and hummingbirds, we now know why bird beaks are so unique. If all birds had the same beak and relied on the same food, there would be too much competition between species. These important adaptations allow for a more diverse and complex ecosystem.